Ladies and gentlemen,
As
welcome back.
lackadaisical that.
It's your age. Let me finish.
Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Folk in Scotland.
Oh, I'm liking your soft box.
I've got...
You pay extra for a soft box down at the Dundee Docks.
You certainly do. Oh, God. I thought it through for a second.
Mainly a bit gritty.
If you watch this on video, so go
Please
to
don't,
YouTube,
please.
go to folkinscotland.com, and a few days later, the audio...
I slouched.
You do. The video version will be... no, just sit the way you were. I don't like that. And you'll see that we've got soft boxes, so our shadows are softer. We're more handsome now.
Well, you're very angular, where I've got kind of more rounded edges.
It's called I have an alien head, you have a tatty head.
You are a piece of brick that's just fallen into the sea, and it's still got the corners.
Uh-huh.
I'm a brick that's been in the washed by nature for a while, and it's just nice and smooth. I'm a tactile pleasure. You're very hard. If I was a stone in someone's shoe, you wouldn't feel me. You would get, you'd be a jaggy stone.
I have to admit, sometimes when I get out of the bath and I look down, I look like a toast rack.
Yes, I told you before, you look like the guy who Beastmaster, the Eagle Man.
Yeah, that's
Eagle
fine.
Man.
That's fine. Now, okay.
This strategy of yours is going well.
It's going well.
When are we going to start teaching podcasts to people?
Because
that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Because in Scotland, for example, Nick Nairn, a terrible chef. He's one of these Scottish guys. He just wears a kilt to everything, and everyone's got haggis in it.
Oh, God.
But he's tried many businesses, never works. Nobody wants to eat his food.
That's fair
so
enough.
He opened a culinary college. He teaches cooking. Those who can.
That the end of the story?
No, those who can do, those who can't teach.
Well,
I'm saying we're so incompetent, it's time we taught.
It's time people could learn from us.
Right, yeah.
Well, it's like in a gold rush, sell shovels.
I just heard that expression the other day.
I've used that all my life. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
they
good
made a
for business.
fortune on the gold rush in the Klondike. Oh, God,
gold rush,
nobody made any
toilet
money.
paper, sell shit like that.
Nobody made much money off that.
No.
Again, the people went up there
from
digging.
The guys selling the shovels. Right.
Okay.
This today's show starts with something very relevant that I watched last night on YouTube. Ezra Miller, The Flash. Did you see his arrest video?
He's a fucking asshole.
Oh, he's a dickhead.
But that's the slightest sniff of fame.
He's not. Yeah, he's not at the top. He's
a strong C.
Yeah, I would say so.
And he's ugly as sin.
He's a weird looking character.
Angular.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's not got a soft smoothness. He's got an angular. He has went mad, just simple by fame.
Yes.
That famous... I think he was in... His breakout role was We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Yeah, good
which
film.
is beautiful
good
film. The bit when each a lychee.
Depressing.
Terrifying.
Depressing film.
I loved that film. A wonderful film. But since then... And I liked him as the Flash. And that bit with the sausage is one of the... It was only a good bit. No, that film was good with that sausage bit.
Good comedy.
But he's across in Hawaii just causing merry hell. He's by himself.
13 times the police have been called on him. And he's been arrested. And when he's arrested, he says, I'm filming this. I film all my assaults because I sell them for NFT and cryptos. And the cops go, here we go. Just taser him. Lock him up. Put him in a safe room.
He broke into old people's house.
He's a strange character. I think he's mad.
Is he? Yeah, you'll be insane. Well, all people in Hollywood are insane.
Yes.
But is he a homeschooled person?
Well, you can imagine there's something in his past.
Is he maybe like a phoenix? Because all those poor fuckers were dancing for quarters. The phoenixes, and they're all weird fuck.
They're not.
No,
yeah.
the family ruined those because they were.
It was all abuse, wasn't it?
Were they children of God? Was it children of God? The cult
or the family or something?
Yeah.
And something like that.
You should never, as a child, you should never be the breadwinner. Of the family.
Well, the guy who was, I hate to say the word, groomed to be the leader of it, there was, I think it was his mother abused him or someone else. And there's this documentary where he's filming himself preparing to go and kill her. Oh, it's fucking terrible. It's a wild thing.
But Ezra Miller,
damaged person.
He's tiny. I don't think he has Flash's actual super. It'd be funny if when the police went to arrest him, he went, Flash! And he just stayed still.
And he started running. But they were emptying his pockets. And he goes, don't touch my penis and all this shit. But when he emptied his pockets, they had his flash ring. He says, that's really important to me. I don't take that. Then he had a Nerf gun and Nerf bullets. And he says, they're not real bullets. And the cops laughing, going, okay, thanks for letting us know. He's not right.
But
and it's sad that if anyone's mentally struggling, but he's on that verge where you go, is he just being a dick and wild with it? Wild boy, maybe drinking drugs.
Yeah, but the drugs are the But the guy out of that superhero thing I really like, The Boys.
Yeah,
Homelander. He attacked somebody because he's a big burly Australian.
But he's not big, because go and look behind the scenes.
What's your weekend?
The Boys. And his Homelander boots are platform boots. They've got huge heels.
Perfect for the character, though.
But it's not even lifts. They're giant 6-inch heels.
That's perfect for the character.
But apparently he's like that in real life. That's why he's so good.
Yeah,
he's the scariest bad guy I've ever seen on film.
Oh, he's got the I've never seen. It's like a fucking Komodo dragon.
He's terrifying, but apparently it's real because he smashed a bottle in some waiter's face.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
his career will continue because he's playing a villain.
He'll always be a villain.
If he was a Family Man guy, that would end him. Ezra Miller's mad. The guy from Get Out, Daniel.
Yeah, got you.
I love that guy. He's went mad as well.
No,
fame has
it's not good for you. It's not good.
He's kind of, what they do is they have an agent, and agents, they're fighting for you because they're making money out of you. So they're kind of looking out for you. And I think he's ditched that and brought in like some life coach or something. I think things have taken a bit of a turn with him as well. And he's wonderful, that guy. But fame would be such a strange thing. Such a strange thing.
It's not good. And you have to remember, people have no life experience.
No.
And they've been in acting, they've maybe never had a proper job.
No.
They've not had that. And they get thrust into
Orlando
this
Bloom. Mm-hmm. Came out of acting school. I'd imagine with a name like Orlando Bloom, he never went to my school, and he skips out of fucking acting school wherever he went, stage school, straight into Lord of the Rings.
That's what happens.
He has been famous his entire life. He's a protozoa, and he was famous.
It's like Adele. People have
famously a cunt.
Yes.
All that bullshit she does. What am I doing here?
No.
Lies.
Because she's never worked.
No.
Now, I'm not one of these working class people saying you should work for it. No. But there should be experience in life where you understand other people.
I admire people that's never had to work.
I wish I had that.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but I'm not saying the working class side.
I don't like her shtick because it's not
true.
She's suffering from Cilla Black syndrome. Now, Cilla Black, famous asshole.
If I won, someone in this country won 180 odd million
last night,
right?
They are now richer than Adele.
Huge amounts of money, right? Unthinkable money. Okay. If I won that tonight, I'd have no right to speak on money again.
No.
Because that moment, you've changed
step
forever.
Through the doorway. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So these people should shut the fuck up. She's just bought Sylvester Stallone's old house, Adele, 50 odd million. And it's like, all right, honest, stop it.
I think her songs are a bit shit.
I don't like it. It's for middle-aged women that like to cry at night.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Just when you're eating a Shambourse real chocolate mousse. And
nobody loves me. You listen to
if I won that money, I know so little about money. I can't even say money. I say money. But what I would do, I've told you this before, straight on the phone to the Mossad guys.
Yeah.
And get myself a team, and I'd go settle on some scores. Like, for example, this morning, went to the post office.
I believe all this.
Walking towards it, post office. There's a bus sitting there in the street, double-decker, and there's a junkie guy fucking like that to win the bus. And the bus driver, I can see gesticulating. There's a lot going on. Goes across to the bus stop, and there's another junkie, and the two of them are sitting there, speaking junkie language they speak. And then the bus is still there, and the bus driver gets up and goes across his lap, walks round, gets onto the bus, and I'm watching. And all these old folk in the bus are like that to the guy, going, come on, and he gets out of the bus and he walks back, and he's like that to the bus driver. Bus driver's doing the wanky thing. And I'm standing watching all this, and then him and the guy in the bus stop are having a great laugh. And a guy walking a dog comes up and says, what the fuck's happening here? Oh, that junkie guy says he's parked his car in the bus stop and he's refusing to move because he's speaking to his mate. And the bus drove off. The guy gets in the car and drove off. His wife was sitting in the car. And me and the guys, and this other junkie in the bus stop is looking at me. And I goes, you're a fucking scumbag, aren't you? Go into the bus. Bob got my new posties bag, so I think he thought I was a postman. So I go into the place to do my business, and he's waiting for me outside. This junkie.
To fight you.
To fight me.
What happened?
He
Tell
didn't
the truth.
fight me. I couldn't be bothered. I went, just fuck off.
Just fuck off.
Just fuck off. I know the guy.
I've had a situation
when
where
I used to work
when
I used to work on the doors. When I used to work on the doors, I remember this guy. He's a general nuisance of a guy. But like, I would have just turned them into a smear. But I don't want to lay hands on a junkie because they're disgusting. I wouldn't even stamp on him.
I am not a fighter. I don't like it. But I remember a guy that worked on the door. He says, people like you worry me. I was so offended.
Yeah.
He says, because you're the kind of cunt that'd go back to your car, get your sword and come back and kill me.
Yeah.
And I went,
the big lads,
you know the thing that bothered me about that most? He knew I had a sword in the car.
A big samurai sword. It's not a big... The weapon of choice in Dundee is not a full-size samurai sword, as we know.
Short.
The wee miniature ones that go in the mantelpiece.
The wee tanto, they're called.
You can fit down your shell suit leg.
I don't know why people buy them. They're hard to use.
Poor Ezra Miller.
Well,
not poor Ezra Miller. He's assaulted people.
Is
that the end of his... Because he was going to get a Flash movie. That's done,
I don't know what's happening.
It's been made, the Flash movie.
It's made and finished, and I think they'll put it out, but I don't think they're going to really push it. You're not going to get a sequel. He's done.
Why they go mental is these are extreme narcissists.
In the first place.
All of them. Yeah. So they're starting, and narcissists have this chronic mix of ego and self-doubt, and it's this toxic blend.
Right. I think that's what it is. It's like when you get peanut butter and Nutella swirl.
Love it.
They can't mix.
No. I had peanut butter this morning.
The only way it works, though, is if you put your breadstick in and mix it.
Mix it. Pre-mix.
And these people can't get their ego and their insecurity mixed.
No, it's horrible. So they all go mad.
That's right.
They all go
They're
mad.
Not a complete person.
I had peanut butter this morning. And when I went, peanut butter. There was about this much oil in the top.
Oh,
sat there,
did you drink it?
I pulled it out. I would have been a nice oil to cook with, but I didn't have an egg to fry, so...
Oh, that's fair.
So that's him. So has he been arrested? Is he in a jail? What's happening to him?
Well, I saw him being arrested because...
There's nothing of him.
A guy, they went to the bar that he was in, and the guy's going, he just spat on me and started shouting at me. I think he thinks I'm someone else. He just went up to someone and started going mental.
So he's got a proper schizophrenic episode.
But the police came out and he's filming them and running in circles, and they're going, get off the road. And they were, patience of a saint, they're going about police brutality.
Is this Australia or New Zealand he's in?
I don't know where it was. I thought it was the States. I
Was
thought it
he
was Hawaii or something.
Oh, no, sorry, it's Hawaii. Yeah, sorry.
So he's running around in circles, and like that, you hear about police brutality, but they were just like, they've got crimes to solve.
Tasered him.
I would, yeah. Just
imagine if they tasered him and it actually gave him superpowers.
Imagine he sparked. If there was a spark came off him, that would be him set for life.
He just
real sparks off the Flash.
Why does he not wear out his feet?
It's not real.
No, because the Flash isn't like bulletproof. He's not superhuman. He's fast.
In that film, what was it? Justice League. Terrible. Haven't seen the long one, the black and white one.
Watch the long one.
Is it good?
Watch it. Watch it in the house. It's about 17 hours long, but I liked it because it was so overblown.
That's what I might like.
Yeah, no, you'd like it.
Well, in that, the one scene that he was in with Henry Cavill, when he comes back as Superman, but he doesn't know, he's all a bit freaked out. And he runs around him like at the speed of light or whatever. But Henry Cavill slowly looks at him. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Because it's conveying a lot visually.
Yeah.
And I thought, so out of a 9-hour film, a 4-second bit, I thought, that's quite good.
There's more of like women, and the bit you'll like is the big Amazonians. Just millions of them.
I love that. Women that could lift a cow.
Clenching the horse between their thighs.
My God. I like all that. Although one of them's just been done for child abuse.
What?
Oh no. She might have been in Amazon. She might have been. And she was in Doctor Strange. And her and her husband have been grooming kids for years. She's just been convicted.
A really famous person?
No, she's known for her stunts, and she's in all these films. Awful, Piece of shit. Let her rot in jail. Now, that's Ezra Miller.
That's one.
But I think...
We get mentioned Wagatha Christie.
Oh, right, okay, listen. I've not really been following it, but to me...
It's a glory.
Being from Dundee, it's two women shouting at each other. Two women that...
Sculptors' faces.
I'm going to say that haven't earned their money.
No.
This is like
two
plumbers' wives shouting at each other.
There's a lot of work in like sucking Toby and
there is a lot of work actually. They have earned it. I take that back.
But Colleen, funny name, Colleen.
We should explain to our international listeners what this is.
This will have got purchased internationally. So you had two wags, women and girlfriends. So kind of layabouts, kind of women.
Golfers?
But not
footballers.
Football
I don't know what I'm talking
football
about.
Players. But they've got that look. They've got so much time in their hand. They just tutor about with their features. They've got faces and they're well maintained, but just appalling. One of them, I think, is legit. I think Wayne Rooney's legitimately quite a big player. And him and his wife have been together since they were 14. They've got someone of the council house about them.
Very much.
Some of the council, but
very much so.
The other one is Rebecca Vardy.
Yes,
Rebecca Vardy.
This is the name I've been picking up on recently.
This is going to sound very cruel.
Yes,
but if I was a very wealthy football player, you get your pick of the women.
That's true.
You would get a new car out of the showroom. You wouldn't get one out of the second-hand car shop. And it's not had one previous owner. It's had 3 or 4. But Rebecca,
oh my goodness.
That's sounding terrible, but she's a terrible person.
But she is.
But she's awful. She's grasping. She's got, her one expression is just horror. Like she's just farted, a really smelly, strong fart. But she specialised basically. She was moving around in circles she maybe didn't deserve to be. She was breathing in oxygen. There was a couple of tiers above her.
Just like Cheryl Cole.
Like Cheryl Cole, exactly.
Same thing.
Same thing.
She misses working in a corner shop. Yeah. She misses it. She just wants to be a normal person.
But she should be in jail for knocking about that poor woman in the toilet.
Agreed.
Got away with that.
Agreed. Although I did see the best headline ever.
What?
It was Girls Out Loud, right?
Uh-huh.
And they had a picture of them while she was under investigation for attacking this woman and having like racist things said.
Terrible.
And it said, and on the far right, Cheryl Cole, and there she was standing there in the picture. I thought it was a great headline.
But she can't perform. She's done live stuff in the telly. She can't sing.
See if she was
and she looks very
working
awkward.
in Tesco's or something, she'd be happy.
Aye.
She's in the world that's not right for her.
She's in an ad. She's shilling for some vitamin company now, which you always know is terrible. But anyway, Rebecca Vardy's moved in these circles, and she's used that. She's got a lot of tidbits, which she, through her agent, has been selling to the press.
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful. Colleen has been releasing Instagram. She had her private Instagram between her and her circle, and somebody's been leaking stories about her. So rather cleverly, she put out a story, and only Rebecca Vardy could read it.
Oh.
And that story ended up in the press. So Wagatha Christie, beautiful stuff.
Wagatha Christie, it's a great name.
Rebecca Vardy's agent or manager, her phone, she managed to drop into the North Sea.
Oh.
But the two of them have went to town on this. So this has been, but she claims she was pregnant. She's had 14 bairns, Rebecca Vardy. It's going to be a cakewalk for her. But she said it was, she felt her baby was in peril because of the stress of being accused. So she's suing Colleen. But the stuff that's coming out in court is just fucking. They get spent, they reckon, at least £1 million each.
It'll be $1 million.
All the law system has said to them, let's sort this out, let's not go further, and they've refused. So they reckon if there's going to be a payout, it's going to be a pittance. This is all pointless. And I suspect part of it is just the two of them. This is a news story, and this £1 million worth of publicity is good for them. But they'll be going on about Peter Andre having a tiny micro penis.
This is the
main
shaved
thing. Micro penis.
It's a tiny penis,
like those pinkies that feed snakes, a wee baby mouse.
A chipolata. But he said he's come out
to say this is a lie.
And said this is a lie. It's the size of a remote control.
What kind of remote control?
Well, I have a remote control here. That's awkward. That is not a good thing.
But I despise Peter Andre.
He's horrible.
Peter Andre is, I think he's got Cilla Black syndrome, because I'm sure he does this thing when he's on telly, tries to be very charming. But he shagged Rebecca Vardy. A charming man wouldn't have shagged Rebecca Vardy. I think everyone did,
from what I'm hearing.
But anytime he's on anything, it seems to be in his contract, they have to say he's very good looking and charming and a nice guy.
And a family man.
He's had one song hit, which was terrible. Remember?
But he was
like a human.
Abs.
It's like a human hernia. Those abs look like hernias. And
I've got one ab.
But he's nose to his top lip. There's a rizzle of paper between the two. It's weird. He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of
shit.
So
he's not one to be involved. It's just.
But he's in the paper with it. He's getting the publicity about is it a tiny penis? Is it a large one? We'll never know.
Well, you could just whack it out.
Good point. Get it out.
I watched that film X, the new horror film, last night.
Oh, I've been wanting to see it. Is it really good fun? It looks fun.
There's a shot where a guy's standing in the doorway and he's lit from the back and you can see he's stroopy.
He's stroopy. Oh, you're just
He's stroopy.
a charmer.
It's unsettling. It's good.
Our next thing.
So we've done Ezra.
Wags.
Wagatha.
Next thing. Do you know anything about PewDiePie?
I've heard that name.
Now, PewDiePie is...
He's a big guy on the tubes.
big on YouTube, right?
Has he not done racist stuff in the past? He's apologised.
He has. But he's just moved to Japan.
Is he huge?
Huge, like you can't imagine. 120 odd million followers. He's very wealthy. And he's just moved
What's
to
his
Japan.
thing? What does he do? Play games?
Just talk, commentary, play some games originally.
Okay.
Doesn't do a lot, actually.
How old is he now? Is he getting a bit old?
I think he'll be... God, he must be 30 now. He must be 30.
Okay.
But the reason I brought it up, he's been trying to move to Japan for years, but with COVID, he couldn't do it.
Okay.
So now he's finally got...
A nice thing to do. I'd like to see Japan.
Wonderful. He finally got his paperwork, and he had to get paperwork for his dogs. Very difficult. As you know, in Japan, it's very difficult.
The Japanese don't really want you to move there.
No,
so
not
they make
at all.
it difficult for you.
Not at all.
Yeah. Even a wealthy person is difficult.
That's very difficult. So he's managed it. And he was... Now, this is a guy who has millions like you can't imagine.
Right.
But being Swedish, I think there's a bit of... He looks after his money. He drives a Volvo.
Yeah.
He rents a house, didn't buy it. And he was phoning around all the airlines to get a flight. With his dogs in the cabin, but they're just slightly too heavy. So he booked a private jet to fly from London to fucking Japan.
Jesus.
I'm looking at probably 100,000.
Fuck.
100,000 for just a few hours.
But
that money's nothing to him.
No.
But I bet it hurt. Because he was spending a few weeks phoning around airlines going, I'm not paying that, but he finally had to... Because he wasn't putting his dogs in the hold. I wouldn't do that either.
Oh no, they could depressurise and you have a dead dog.
I wouldn't do that. I would want...
You'd have a nice Hearthrug. What kind of size dogs are they? Big
the
dog?
pugs. Little
Fuck them. I'd just sling them out the back of the plane, just have them in a tow rope. They're a little bit... They breathe so badly, a pug, it would probably survive fine in a vacuum. Because there's no oxygen going in its brain, innit? Imagine if it came out and its face had all sorted out.
But the point is of the story is that he's incredibly wealthy, but he will not spend money. He wanted to turn up looking good.
He's a Swede.
Yeah, he wanted to look good.
But they do, like, have you ever watched Zoolander? That Swedish cop show.
I know what you mean. I know the one, yeah.
But in his house, he was supposed to be a police officer, but he had just this extraordinary mid-century furniture. Tens of thousands of pounds worth of shoes.
He's a cop.
Yeah.
So, but the point is, he says he's on the private jet and he's getting dressed. He says, I want to look smart. Wallander, that's it.
It always pops in my head after I've stopped thinking about it.
It's all useful. And he wants to look smart, so he puts on a shirt. But it's the shirt from his wedding day. He hasn't even bought new clothes to go.
That's not his priority.
No, his priority is not money.
Is he giving his money away to charity? No,
I think he does a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I think he does a lot to give it away.
I'd have former Mossad death squad, but I would also, like today, that junkie, I'd have a van following me, just silent.
A giant Hoover. He's gone.
He's gone.
Well, I've said this before, if I won money, you would give a lot away. Because I've realised that I really don't understand 180 million.
Discreetly.
You think you do. But to me, in my gut, it would be better to win that 10,000 a month because I can understand that. That's a lot of money. But you win 180 million, you go, nah. Do you know what I mean, though? I don't get a grasp on it.
But the things you could do, you could set up, like, it's incredible. Like, the laddie who was Black Panther, Denzel Washington paid to put him through acting school.
That's right. You could do that. You could help people.
That guy with Paul Heaton we spoke about the other day, 60 grand for people to have a pint. Imagine you did that.
I think that would be wonderful.
Would you give your hometown any money, or would you? I don't think I would.
Well, what's happened?
I'd say that I'm giving you money. I'm building this wonderful leisure centre to employ you, and it's going to be... Proviso is solid gold statue of me, and you've all got to worship it.
That's fair enough.
And I'll periodically look at it, and if it's not shined up every day, I'm taking away my money. I'd be overlord.
here's what's worked for Dundee and what hasn't. Dundee in the last 10 years has had money thrown at it. Actually, $1 billion just to develop the front.
Spaffed, one would say.
Right?
Spaffed.
Yeah. It's done nothing.
Not particularly.
It's done nothing.
It's not impacted on those junkies' lives in the bus
It's impacted on the people of Dundee, zero. Right? So, what will work for Dundee is private firms coming in. As we've said, Eden, the new Amazon Stadium, all these things, they'll work. They will.
It's quite simple. It's jobs for people.
Now, Lochee looked one particular way for 100 odd years, and then they cut it in half with a new road, and it's done nothing. It's actually killed it.
As is, it's spoiled the high street.
Right, it spoiled it. So, throwing money at a place doesn't work. You have to court private investment. You have to do things like that. Just throwing money.
Not shit jobs. You have to provide good jobs.
Good jobs, yep.
Yeah. Because all these, there's families who the granddads not, no, the great granddads not work, the granddads not work. Generational problems.
Yeah.
But if you can get into that kid, and you can break that cycle.
You can. Of course you can.
Get that kid a decent job.
Here's what happened in Lochee. A lot of old people live in Lochee, and they move there because it's on the main bus route.
Yeah.
The bus route's been going there 60 odd years. They changed it.
Oh, fuck.
So people have moved there, and now they've got to walk from the top of Lochee all the way down to the bottom to get the bus where it used to be right outside their house. So things like that have been a failure. So you can't throw money at something and get new trees planted. Doesn't work.
They never ask the locals what they want. They pay lip service to it. What they generally do is they get some guy with a suit and trainers in specs, and he comes in and just has a vision. Mm-hmm. It's like, what's the thing they do?
I agree.
And when they're building housing, they shouldn't put the paths in. Mm-hmm. They should just see where the locals walk.
That's right. Desire lines.
Desire lines.
Yeah.
But they should have desire lines for everything in life, but they don't. They don't ask anybody. Bridges in London, that's a thing. You know, all these mad bridges that
never ever happen.
Never happen.
Yeah.
Elon Musk kind of logic.
It is. And when it comes to this, I've been watching...
Has he bought Twitter yet, Elon Musk?
I don't know what's happening. I think it's a bit of bullshit.
Do you think it's just all bullshit, so to speak of Elon Musk?
Yeah, I just don't know.
I listened to a thing the other day with him. It was an interview for him, like fucking 15 years ago or something. He's a very humble guy. Very interesting.
Really?
Yeah. The role he's playing... No, but it's a conscious decision to become Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He's based his whole persona on Tony Stark.
It's like Tony Stark if you bought him on Wish.
No, yeah. That's what they built.
It's not good.
But I didn't realise this. He's in one of the Iron Man films.
Yes, he is.
And they're like, Elon, you're brilliant.
Yeah.
I think he paid to be in it.
Yeah. It's like that Dan Bilzerian guy.
Dan Bilzerian, if you're listening, Dan Bilzerian, you're a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit, absolutely.
He's an imbecile. He's a stolen valor guy. He's a fraud. His dad's a fraud.
He couldn't complete Buds, which is, I know all about this because I watch it, SEAL training.
But he claimed
he broke both his legs. But he was walking on them. He says, I couldn't complete it because I had broken legs, so I was running slower. But he says this out loud.
But he's done. His time in the sun's gone. He was in like that Denzel. What got Denzel's featuring a lot today? The kind of thing. Delete.
What's delete?
That 80s cop show. The Equalizer. You've never seen Denzel Washington's Equalizer movie?
They're terrible.
The first one's superb.
It's not.
He's got Equalizer vision. He goes like that with his watch.
He's watching times everyone.
He gets
with his wonky pinky.
It's just like that. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Cuts everyone.
Cuts them. Brilliant.
It's awful. And the second one is phenomenally bad.
No, the second one's garbage, but the first one's glorious.
I don't like it.
Glorious.
It's not, and he isn't the Equalizer.
Wait, is this a racial thing? The Equalizer can be a black guy.
Don't you start with me, you prick. No, the Equalizer's meant to be
The Equalizer
old.
has to be a paunchy 95-year-old Englishman.
No, he's meant to be past his prime, but he's years of skill. Because you got to remember, Edward Woodward had his heavy. He had the guy that done all the work. He was the brains.
There was no skill. He just shot people. He didn't as much as lay a finger on
just
people.
Shot people.
He used to.
I had a man. Fuck you. Oh, he had a knife that sprung out.
Look, that's how he killed Adam.
That's it. But no, that was the whole point. The Equalizer. He was an older guy.
The thing is, mate, Avengers, the Marvel stuff spoiled films. Everybody has to be a superhero now. Everybody has to escape.
That's what I'm saying.
Falls
But that's what it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Now, I know Denzel Washington is an older guy, but he's not older guy like Edward Woodward that just struggled to even move.
Couldn't get his chair.
Do you know?
I watched a film the other day. I can't even remember what it was.
My favourite joke. Why does Edward Woodward have 4 R's in his name? Because if he didn't, he'd be called Iwa Ubu. It's not accurate, but I love it.
He was married to Betty from Some Mothers Do Have.
That's right.
Yeah. Is she still alive? Detrice.
I don't know. But during the filming of The Equalizer, they said, you're getting too fat.
She's a
lost
heart
a ton
attack.
of weight and had a massive heart attack. We're worried about your health.
He was good. He's in the... I don't really like the film. You know the one... Those Simon Pegg movies, Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, he was in
the one in the village.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz is very good.
I'm not. I wouldn't go that far, mate.
Oh no, I think it's very good. I think it's excellent.
It's got Nick Frost in it, but Edward Woodward's in it, and it's quite a turn.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Did you ever see there was a show about bin men, and he was in that?
No.
And it was it was just quite a funny show.
I liked Timothy Dalton in Hot Fuzz. He's glorious.
I love Timothy Dalton.
Best Bond ever, worst films ever.
Well, yeah, he could have been such a good Bond man.
You imagine
he brought a danger to. He looked like he would kill you.
He was tough.
Yeah,
he had that sort
lithe.
of yeah. So, but it was just rubbish films. But if he was in a good Bond film, he'd still be Bond now. He's 70.
Fucking glorious in the Rocketeer.
That's
The Rocketeer's a fun film.
The Rocketeers, it's not a perfect film.
No,
It's got Jennifer Connelly in it.
But it's fun. It's a fun
Jennifer
film.
Connelly before she got into Pilates.
No, a bit of puppy fat on her.
That's what I'm saying.
The Rocketeer was good. I enjoyed the Rocketeer.
No, it's good fun. I think it's getting remade.
Remember Greatest American Hero?
Loved it.
Look at what's happening to me.
Yeah, it's a great theme.
I can't believe it.
Any chance you get to sing?
What happened to William Catt?
I think he's still going.
Willie Catt.
I think in House he was brilliant. I loved him in House.
Oh, House 2's not so good.
House 2 is one of my favourites. It's got a cat puppy in it. House 2 I've got it on DVD.
Those films were quite big at the time. They weren't a cinema big, they were a big VHS number.
Yes, very much. The first one's actually inventive and interesting, and the second one's just daft.
Yeah.
And I like it. You know,
it's like
Crystal Skulls.
The guy who plays his nemesis, the army guy's great.
Oh, it's brilliant.
He shows, is he still alive? He turned up in a lot of stuff. Big-headed guy, good guy. Was he not in that, remember Benji? Benji the dog. The thinking man's lassie.
No, I never really...
Oh, fuck's sake, we'll have to explain everything to you.
Okay.
You had Lassie.
Okay.
The original, the shepherd, the collie dog.
It was a boy.
But you had the Littlest Hobo. That was
played by London.
London, nice one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Benji, small dog, like a crime-solving lapdog.
Yeah, okay.
But Benji...
I'm not familiar.
But they tried to give Benji a bit of a zap. It was Benji and the Space Prince.
What?
And there was robots in it. A laddie and his robot lands on Earth.
Okay.
And Benji's his protector. And there's a villainous robot with evil people trying to catch the... You're unaware of this?
I'm unaware of this completely.
And the robots were like something... They floated.
Are you doing an Ezra Miller it now?
No, you know the things out of the black hole? The way the robots are?
Yeah.
It's like one of them. With a big face like E.T. With laser beams. I'm not doing an Ezra Miller.
Are you alright?
It's a thing. Benji.
I've never seen this or heard of it.
London's been stuffed.
No.
And he's going to be in the V&A in Dundee soon.
Really?
Stuffed dog
I'd
thing.
hug it. Oh, I loved London.
He'd smell beautiful, that dog.
Littlest Hobo.
Because he would
great.
He would just look at people, and
you know what I loved
they'd
about
be beating their wife.
The Littlest
London
Hobo.
would look at,
If you go back on it, it's literally done on like home video cameras.
Oh, it's the cheapest.
It's the
was
cheapest
it not Canadian?
thing. Yeah.
But he got people's life around.
Turn it around. Just
They'd be injecting. Just stop looking at me like that. Stop it. Okay, I'll pack it in.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Littlest Hobo.
Yeah.
I loved that.
I'm not going to sing.
No, we're not going to say you were away to, but you're not going to.
They had some good theme tunes in the 80s, didn't they?
Yeah, they liked songs. Golden Girls, wonderful.
Oh, yeah, you like that one.
Love the Golden Girls. See, my Golden Girls t-shirt, I've only ever wore it once.
They're all dead now.
Because,
they're all dead.
But I can still think of them a special way.
Is Cheech and Chong still with us? Because
still going.
Cheech was in Golden Girls.
Yeah, they're still
George
going.
Clooney was in Golden Girls.
Quentin
Quentin Tarantino.
He was in it as an Elvis impersonator.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was good.
Blanche Devereaux.
Oh,
big chin.
she was one that big chin. I always love a big chin. You grab it.
Your mattress would just have a big groove at the bottom of you.
Wonderful.
She's
amazing. An amazing
you
woman.
could shuck an oyster with that chin. Just
watch any of the outtakes from the Golden Girls.
They're having a blast.
And they were having a blast. And Betty White
they're all on HRT.
would improvise.
Oh, she's a wonderful.
But she would come out with shit.
Yeah, she's a wonderful.
And she would do jokes. But she would hide them in the script, sort of thing. She was very, very
sharp
quick.
to the end.
Very quick.
And she just died. She didn't suffer. She just died.
No, just died.
Died of old age.
Wonderful.
What a life.
Just went to sleep.
I like Jessica Tandy.
She's still going. She's
dead.
Going. She's dead.
But Jessica, not short circuit, batteries not included.
Oh, that's
Tandy and her
that's
husband
good.
were so good.
It's a depressing film, but it's good. I find it too.
Oh no, I find
schmaltzy.
it very positive. I came out of the theatre just full of beans when I watched that.
Yeah, but you were 43 at the time.
I know.
No, I wasn't a fan of that.
So PewDiePie,
he's moved to Japan, and the point was he doesn't spend money, and he had to spend like over $100,000 on this jet.
So he's worth hundreds of millions, you reckon?
Oh, a lot. I don't know hundreds of millions, but he's worth a lot of money.
Oh,
but I think he does a lot of good with it. He has charities, and he lives very simply.
Yeah, well, you don't need. How many rooms do you need? Need somewhere to sit and watch the telly. You can eat in that room as well.
But you can also
need a bath and somewhere shit.
When I used to be travelling around Europe on buses and visiting places, it was known as the circuit, in Euro lines and that. And you would be able to see people, and I would carry everything I had. You had a tent, you had everything with you, and they would just have a little bag, and they would just have their dreads, and they would talk about places and museums and that. They were loaded, and it's very easy to be poor if you're rich.
Yeah, because if you've got the safety,
and it's very expensive to be poor.
Got the safety net. If anything happens, you just book. I've told you the one that people I was at art school with. They had these plans for backpacking with India. Landed first day, booked it, used the gold card, booked in a hotel, stayed in a hotel.
Yeah.
If you had the money, would you have a separate bathroom toilet? Because my shitter's next to the bath.
Yeah, so's mine.
But I quite like having a shit and then going straight into the bath.
Mine's is across from it.
I don't have to wipe my arse, just go straight
Mine's is across from it. So I feel enough distance.
I
feel enough distance.
Mine's I know.
Yeah, because most houses, the bath's right beside you. Your elbow's almost on it.
But can you see these rooms? It's just a narrow with a shitter at the end. I wouldn't like that. I like expansive.
There's one for sale in Dundee at the moment, because I always look at houses for sale because the prices are going ridiculously high in Dundee.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's about a 40-foot walk of this narrow thing that your shoulders will barely get through, and you shit at the end. It's like a dystopian thing you'd put in a movie. But it's a real toilet.
Is it maybe forced perspective?
No. I was looking at the plans. It's about 43 feet.
Have you ever seen there's a website of weird designs, the worst of stuff in London? And I saw one, I'm sure it was the kitchen, and you went up 3 steps and there was a shitter. Like a throne, like.
I've seen
Denethor.
I saw one just recently where there's the stairs going up, and on the sort of middle landing, you can just stop for a shite. It may happen. We've all been running. But yeah, there's some weird things.
People just do DIY themselves. Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen's to blame for everything.
Yeah.
He's a fuckwit,
He's a prick. He's an idiot.
He's an absolute fuckwit guy.
But he's done nothing in life of value.
No, he's fucking shut up.
Fern Cotton, nothing of value.
Fern Cotton rocked up on the TV the other day.
Yeah.
Fern Cotton, who was in a relationship with a paedophile for a while, never mentioned.
Holy shit, what?
She went with that Lost Profits cunt.
Oh, that's forgot about. I didn't know that.
I know it's not her fault, but you think somebody would say, God, you were in a relationship with him for a long time. Did you not suspect?
Well, to be fair, you wouldn't mention it.
But no, but she's on. She's on that fucking. Well, she's on that thing with that Beau Selector guy, Lee something. I can't. But she's been on that show.
It's been going for so long.
She's mates with Holly Willoughby, who I've said before, thinks that 5-year-old children should be put to death.
What?
She's a former children's TV presenter. And she was on, they were going on about the death penalty.
Yeah.
And she said something like, a 10-year-old knows exactly what they've done wrong. So she was, what?
Kill them.
What? Willie Booby. Fuck off. Her and that Phil Schofield.
He's awful.
Lockdown saved his career because he was in amongst the twinks, and there was a power dynamic.
Well, he had to come out before the newspapers.
If that had been a guy that had been fucking shagging interns, teenagers.
Well, Well, this was what's the Irish guy that was on this morning? And it was Eamon Holmes and his wife. It was his wife that was really not happy about Philip Schofield.
Right.
So that's why they got sacked.
They got bent.
And then pulled back again because I think they were going to sue or something. So that was all down to this Philip Schofield nonsense.
Yeah.
She wasn't having it. She's a normal person going, this guy's acting like a prick.
It was young lad. But it's power dynamic. It's wrong.
Yeah, you can't do it, man.
No.
You can't do it.
No. His little neck like a tortoise. I've never liked Philip Schofield.
No,
he's a prick. He's
a prick.
Why can't he do that thing he did? Kids TV guy with a
Kids
fucking
TV.
sock. Stupid what?
A sock puppet.
People complain you don't get that shit on the telly. They've got children's TV's a separate thing.
Yeah.
So it should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
it's put it over there. It's done.
Yeah,
it's
fine.
Done.
Blue Peter. Who watches Blue Peter anymore?
Nobody. It's over.
Is it?
It's gone.
Have they been Blue
Peter?
It's gone. Middle class bullshit.
It was, but someone who's in the paper a lot at the moment, Helen Skelton. Is it Skelton?
Is she unravelled?
Her husband was cheating on her.
Okay.
And she's in the paper because of it. But she was fucking wonderful.
She did some wild stuff.
She's never paddled a canoe before.
She's never got up the Amazon.
And she's paddled the whole of the Amazon, like 3,000 miles.
Fucking hell. Saying that, the Amazon will do most of the work.
Scared the heights. Tightrope walking across Battersea Power Station before it was all converted. Hundreds of feet up. She's really done stuff.
Maybe she's not actually. Maybe John Noakes is in her.
Oh.
Maybe his spirit.
He's gone, eh?
They had that poor tortoise they set aside and lost it.
I forgot about it.
It's dead somewhere.
For our international listeners, this is a TV programme for kids.
It's middle class bullshit.
Middle class bullshit. It was.
You had Magpie. Magpie was the ITV version.
And that was a bit more wild.
But that was like, if you want to do charity, send us some money. BBC would have bringing by sales.
I've told you why I've been angry at Magpie, but I'm still angry.
Who was the guy from Magpie with the mullet? Tommy something.
Can't remember.
He used to do Saturday TV.
Oh, yeah. He done Saturday...
Sorry, folks, this is us just speaking about...
I don't care.
Childhood.
I don't care. But he done Saturday
Chris
TV.
will research all this, and
he will.
He'll know more about Magpie in an hour than we do.
Gilbert was the puppet that he used to do was it Gaz Top?
I've communicated with Gaz Top.
And
Gaz and I are pals.
Oh, God almighty, yeah. You know everyone.
Gilbert the Alien. And Jan Samarco.
Done it, but it was the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You would come out with some
Snottery.
shit. Yeah, it was funny as anything.
The Saturday Starship. Remember it used to land?
That's it.
It came to Dundee, didn't it?
I can't remember.
Gaz Top's a nice guy. I like Gaz Top.
Gaz Top. But Magpie was good. Carol
Reach out to me.
He
likes to communicate with people.
Oh, right, okay. But they told me when I was a kid how to make a diamond. I went, how to make a diamond? I want to make a diamond.
A bit of coal.
A bit of coal. Squeeze. I went, right, okay. You know, get a bit of paper and write this down. I went, okay. Put it in the oven. Okay. Gas mark 7. Okay. For about 80,000 years, I went, you bastards!
Gas Top.
You built me up!
Or you could get Superman just to crush it.
Diamond.
Crush it.
Now.
It's like getting 10 pence off a Dundonian if you put a bit of coal. Can that grip?
Our final one.
Okay.
NFTs.
Oh, that's all done.
It's collapsed.
No, the entire thing. Right, here's a thing I've got against Elon Musk.
Okay.
Many things. And come at me, Elon Musk. Musketeers, they call themselves.
Oh, my God.
Elon Musk trying to save the planet.
Yeah.
Elon Musk was all into crypto. He loved cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency is very destructive to the planet.
Like electric bikes that you're not meant to talk about.
Yeah.
Because people think an electric bike is the same as a bicycle.
Yeah.
It's not. It has a fucking motor.
Yeah.
It defeats the purpose of a bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I like electric bikes.
Yeah.
But don't pretend they're good for the environment.
They're better than a car, but the best form of...
No, they're not.
Are they not?
Pound for pound, they're not.
Oh, fuck.
Pound for pound, they're not. Because the lithium, the batteries, the disposal, the depreciation, the batteries actually...
Whereas a bike is the best form.
Get a bicycle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a bicycle.
Quality.
But as soon as you introduce a motor to something...
What about a tandem and you pay somebody to do the cycling?
Oh, tandems are heavy and don't work.
Oh, fuck.
They're terrible. Get yourself a bicycle.
What about those things you see in India and that where the people are running either side of you?
Rickshaws.
Rickshaw.
It's environmentally friendly.
There was a spell of rickshaws, but you
used to see them in Edinburgh.
But it becomes a problem because if people cycling them are a menace. They cause all kinds of chaos.
This is true. And what happened, I think there was one in Dundee
a lot of fighting
at one
in
point,
London over it, yeah.
and people would say, I want to go up the hill town. And it's like a 45-degree angle up the way, so you can't go anywhere.
No, okay.
So it was just around the centre, but you could walk anyway and not spend a fiver. There's some sweaty, Dundee, smelly guy in front of you pulling a... No.
I've seen those kind of Deliveroo guys going about in the middle of nowhere on a bike.
Yeah.
But they love it, those cyclists. They get the endorphin rush.
If I was 20, I would be doing that. And I'd be doing it because that would be by choice. I'd love it.
What's that terrible film? And it's all bicycle couriers in America.
Oh, it's got Joseph Gordon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I can see you like that.
I haven't seen it, but it looked bad.
It's terrible.
Oh my God.
I can imagine you going about like Tron.
Go and watch anything from New York, the couriers.
You've got to be quite rough to tough to do it.
Jesus Christ.
Because they're all the fight.
And they die. It's the most dangerous shit I've ever seen. It's the most dangerous cycling I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's wild. And I've seen people cycling in the Himalayas.
Oh.
Jesus. If they can get out, if you're going on a cycling holiday, don't start in Kathmandu.
No.
You won't make it out.
No.
Start somewhere else.
The oxygen would be low. You'd be blowing out your arsehole.
When I landed in Kathmandu, you could feel it.
Oh, fuck.
You're already landing at altitude and you're like, you feel it.
Oh, no.
It feels like when you're in the mountains here, that cleaner, fresher air. Oh, shit. But when you go further up, you feel it. You feel it. It's very interesting. It's interesting.
So did you invest in crypto?
No, because I think it's bullshit.
I've not as much as I've crypto anything.
There's a crypto billionaire in Dundee, and he lives in a bedsit above a drum clinic in the Hilltown. You think if you're a billionaire, you'd maybe invest your money in property?
Why does that work? Can you not spend it?
I don't think you can spend it.
Well, you can just buy NFTs with it.
Something that doesn't exist.
But all the crypto mining things are all in China, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's some of it that's tied to the currency. There's some crypto that's tied to the dollar.
Here's the thing.
There's different kinds.
If crypto collapses, whatever, it doesn't affect the dollar. But if the dollar collapses, it affects the... Yeah.
Okay.
And it's so much bullshit. It's a pyramid scheme. The people at the top will make money because you have to put money into it.
Oh, yeah. But it's all... Let's just say the right tend to be promoting it. They've moved from gold. Again, they were kind of saying when all goes shits up, when the world economy collapses, gold's what you need.
But we found out what we need in the time of genuine crisis where you can't do anything. Toilet paper.
You need the staples.
Hand sanitizer was going for £25, a little thing like this at the start of the COVID.
I bought a giant drum of aloe vera and a giant drum of spirit alcohol stuff. So I could make my own hand gel.
Well, that was fine.
I never needed to use it.
And to be fine, I always have it anyway.
Yeah.
I use it. So it was all. I didn't need to panic and buy it.
But I did read on Radio 4 Extra.
Oh.
I heard them say this is what happens in crypto quite a lot. Every 4 years there can be a crash. So crypto's not finished. It's going to reappear again.
It just seems like a big con to me.
Of course it's a con.
Because you've got to see something for your money.
Yeah, you've got to be able to buy something.
And the problem is with me.
There's one country, is it South America somewhere, you can spend crypto in the shops. There's one country.
But there's the company that owns, or did own, the rights to Tomb Raider, the games, have sold it. I think it's Crystal Dynamics or Enix, can't remember. But they've sold it to invest in NFTs the week they collapse.
Oh my Lord.
300 million. You're like, what's the point? You could have kept it. It's a strange things going on. I think there's a lot of shenanigans behind the scenes. Because the one thing I know, when it comes to anything...
The one thing you know is this in life?
The one thing, I don't know anything else. I don't know where I live, I don't know where my keys are. But I know this. If something seems too good to be true, and this NFTs, you're going to make money out of nothing. You're going to be worth millions. And people are claiming the return on that is 3,000% and all that. Just made up nonsense.
No.
Nonsense. I run a business.
But the funny thing is,
if it's too good to be true.
Old boomers know about crypto. Because it's hitting them they're being on Facebook, they know about crypto.
And they go,
they don't know anything about it, but they know enough to spend their money on it.
Yeah. Well, it's all bullshit. Don't do it.
Cowrie shells.
What's the difference?
No difference.
What's the difference?
Well, we could say that about money.
Yeah, but money's back.
Yeah, money's back.
These things can just...
Yeah.
Well, you see how Elon Musk, he just sneezes and everything loses its value or gains its value. And it's too volatile. That's bullshit. He's
a volatile person. He's got high tolerance to risk.
Mm-hmm.
He's the richest man in the world, but in a fortnight he could have nothing.
I think that would be good for everyone.
It's just all a bit. It's all the...
And it's like SpaceX.
Yeah.
SpaceX is going and they are doing great things, but they are chucking money at it. They have to make money.
Man,
and
the human race will cease to exist and the Earth will go on to the next phase. Human beings are not going to be on Mars.
I think they might be.
I don't think so.
Well, see, here's the thing with that. It is very important
that this is where we are. This is us. I just honestly don't think people are going to go into a spaceship and live in a fucking an oxygen tank across. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think so. I think we're
at the early stages.
Cease to exist, and there's going to be nothing.
We will cease to
and
exist.
Then something fucking.
But the whole point,
sentient jellyfish are going to find our remains.
You were brought up in a small village
town.
And you want it out.
Yeah.
It's the nature of human to go out. Now, we may go out into the universe as machines. That may be the way of it, and in the future. But whatever happens, that is natural for us to try and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Expand. Continue. Explore.
I just think we're intimately tied up to the planet.
Well, we are. We are at the moment, but in the future, we don't know what that'll bring. You just don't know. I think everyone...
I'm not Elon Musk, but he seems to... it's all sci-fi.
But when he talks about in 3 years we'll have a base on Mars, he's talking pish.
Where's my base on the moon?
He's talking shit.
The cost to have that going up there.
And it's not just the cost, it's the technology. It's certain death. No, we're far away from these things.
No. But he's spinning it. He's saying stuff like this, and it's making people think he's a genius. You could spin out any wild idea.
But the difference is, when we were younger, Star Trek was fantasy. It was fiction that you could look forward to. He's claiming it's real.
Star Trek was a positive vision of the future.
Yes, but he's claiming it's real and now, and it's not.
No.
We're nowhere close.
No, he's ships.
Anything beyond low Earth orbit is really hard.
Is he not doing something? Have they not got something on the go in Australia? There's some power scheme they're doing, which I'm led to believe is quite good.
Right.
But everything else is kind of...
But you're still in shock that I told you he buys his batteries from Panasonic.
I did.
Did you look into that?
No,
They've just done another big deal with Panasonic, and
that means it's all just so he makes custom boxes for Panasonic batteries.
Essentially, the best way to look at it.
They're not going to self-drive. That technology's not.
The best way to look at it. A few years ago, he made a flamethrower.
Oh yeah,
but it was just a thing for burning weeds in the garden.
Yeah, I've got one in the garden.
He got airsoft guns and put the body of the airsoft gun around it and sold them for a ridiculous amount of money and painted them. And he said they're stupid, but people buy them. He said it. He said it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So the whole thing, all this crypto, all this NFTs, all this, maybe even Elon Musk, it's all vaporware. It'll all just disappear. It'll disappear. And we're at a time, even with the internet, we're at a time where fundamentally we need something in our hands. That's why small places like Dundee, the city centre, should be filled up with not big shops, but smaller shops that provide something that...
Interesting.
Butchers...
Shoe repairs, man.
All these little
people
things
don't
that
repair their shoes.
That's true.
But not only should people not repair the shoes, shoes should be repairable. Everything should be repairable.
There's laws coming in for that.
Everything. The one-time deals should not exist.
Because I think the new European law, I don't know if it'll affect the UK. It probably will, because they're still following.
They'll try and dodge it, though.
All phones have to have replaceable batteries.
Yeah.
Which stopped a few years ago.
Yeah.
You can't change them now. So that's changing. There's the right to repair, all this sort of thing. That's important.
I can say Adam Savage, I don't like him in many ways, but he's all in favour of that.
And
that's good. That is a good
right
thing.
to repair is very important.
Yeah, crucial.
Because it's like these microphones here, they're an old design.
Yeah.
Right? But essentially you can repair them.
Oh.
You can, there's bits in it.
You can fanny about with them.
You can fanny about with them and actually get it going again. So but
crypto.
A lot of things can't be done like that. So I feel that's the same as NFTs and crypto, things that can't be repaired.
How's Prince Andrew getting on?
Well, I think he's
going to ground.
I don't know. I think
got a short
planning
window.
Something.
If his mother's mobility issues continue, i.e., she'll die, he needs to.
I think he's coming back.
I think he's coming back in a big way.
I don't think he understands that he's hated
See,
worldwide.
if anybody fucking lets him back, they need to be
shot as well.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is with him,
you'll have a few. His fucking ex-wife will be on.
He's not being convicted. And then he said, he goes, "I'm not being convicted. I'm an innocent man.
I paid that fine.
It's
I paid
done.
her off.
So what's the problem?
I wonder what that lass is doing.
They're divine.
Hope she's having a nice champagne bath every night on his.
I hope she's living.
I hope she's farting in the bath. I hope when she farts in her champagne bath, I hope she calls them doing an Andrew. Doing an Andrew.
I hope.
Yeah, good on her.
She's doing well. I hope so.
Take the money. It's the only thing you can do.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to be done.
Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't invest in crypto. I wonder if Chris Shadowins is invested in crypto.
Mick Shadowins, he's now officially a Scotsman.
Is he?
Well, he
smells like one.
He's done more for Scotland than we have.
Uh-huh.
So I think,
Michelle Moan.
Oh, her.
The police have been at our house. The BBC are not reporting on this shit.
Why not her? Why don't they go after her?
Oh, they're going after
piece
her.
Of shit. But why has it not been reported?
Because it's all it's establishment bullshit.
Because she's a piece of shit.
She's a fraud. And Michelle Moan should be in jail.
She's a piece of shit.
She was buying fraudulent fucking PPE stuff.
Yeah. Didn't work. Getting the money for
millions. Jail.
And
I mean 10 years in jail.
Oh, I agree.
At
a time
she's a maniac.
Crisis
she's
like
a maniac.
that, and you're buying fake PPE stuff and getting the cash.
There was a lot of that going on.
Jail.
But they're trying to draw a curtain over all that because a lot of pals have been involved in it. No, she needs
a lot
10
of politicians' wives suddenly started a business providing PPE.
Ben, what I was astonished by, companies who produce PPE in the UK didn't get a look in. They were saying we can up our numbers. No, we'll get it for somewhere else. Companies that were doing fucking oxygen stuff for hospitals, they didn't get a look. They didn't get it. They gave it to Dyson. Can you have a look at this?
Big con, big bank robbery once again.
Yeah. In our fucking pockets, getting all the links.
This has been a detailed podcast. This is good.
We're details orientated.
See, you were saying we could teach. We're teaching people.
What will we do? This episode.
Yeah.
In 2,000 years from now, when we're sitting on Mars, they'll be going on about podcasts, and they'll be kind of comes in waves. They'll have forgotten about podcasts. They're on Mars. Things are tough. It's boring. The podcasts come back. We're like Bill and Ted. We're like
they will worship our words.
Look at these idiots.
They'll worship our words.
Yeah.
So look out.
Is someone taking this and putting it in a vault somewhere? Because there could be some fucking radiation, a pulse from the sun, and we could lose our database.
You know what? I've got it on a separate hard drive. Okay. I'm going to put it in a...
Okay.
I'm going to put it in a little...
Could you seal it in lead and bury it in the garden?
Like the what do you call them? The Scientologists do. They put everything, it's etched on metal, and it's in a bunker underground. All of...
They've gone quiet, the Scientologists.
I think they're losing all their money and power. I mean, they've got money, they've got property, but no one does it.
Very few Scientologists.
Yeah, nobody does it anymore.
No.
If you're in it, you believe there's millions of people doing it, but there's not. It's like 60,000. I don't think there's even 60,000.
And they grump a lot of money off them. Like, well, Will Smith's a Scientologist, and his career's not exactly. Him and Ezra. Imagine they did a new film together, like a good cop, bad cop.
You know what I'd like to see?
Buddy cop movie. Will Smith and Ezra Miller.
I'd like to see all the people have been like failed and cancelled in a film like The Expendables, because they are expendable. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, that would be so.
I want to see a poster.
Jim Davidson.
Jim
Davidson, Will Smith.
The whole everyone cancelled should be in the new Expendables,
but genuinely get killed.
You know,
live ammunition.
I'd watch it.
Get Alec Baldwin as the prop man, gunman. This gun feels a little bit.
Oh, Jim! I didn't pull the trigger. I just picked it up and boom, shot the woman in the stomach. Boom!
I know, what a piece of shit he is.
He says nothing to do with him.
It's nothing to do with him at all.
You imagine if I was in a film and you went like that, and it was like, where do you want it? And you just pulled the trigger, or was just, and you shot. You go, well, I've done this.
He wasn't.
The first thing you'd say is, I've done it.
Yeah.
You don't say, someone else done that.
He's saying it's a right-wing conspiracy.
He's a fucking arsehole.
So all the shit, he lampooned Trump. Trump's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But Baldwin was one of the top ones, like lampooning him. And when he's in trouble, he behaves in a completely Trumpian fashion.
What he should do, and everyone would have empathised with him, and saying, I'm in charge of this. It's my fault.
See his tears. They weren't for her. They were for him.
Yeah.
Himself.
Yeah, I think so.
He should have said, I am so accountable for this.
I'm accountable. This is me.
I am going to fucking do whatever it takes.
To sort
I will make sure the family's fine.
Everyone's fine.
Leave
this
it with me. I am so sorry.
And then people would have said, right, you shouldn't have pulled the trigger, and you'll be held accountable for that.
Yeah.
But who had live? And then people would take the view away from him.
Yeah.
But he's went, nothing to do with me. You're the producer. It stops at your door.
Despicable.
You pulled the trigger.
It's like Noel
Edmonds
Edmonds when he killed that man on live television. Noel Edmonds said he was going to retire from television. He was gone a fucking fortnight.
A fortnight.
Fuck you, Noel Edmonds.
He killed a guy.
I'm cosmic ordering something. It's your fucking death.
Oh
Edmonds.
my God.
He's off. He's so questionable. I think he's off the TV just now.
Yeah.
He had that, was it 15-1 or something he did? Or some terrible quiz show.
Thing.
So he's back, but he's so unpleasant.
He's a horrible person. Horrible person.
He seemingly had lists of how his girlfriends had to iron his shirts in a particular fashion.
He's all about the shirt, isn't he? He's all about the shirt.
He's all about the shirt.
He's
not a pederast, but other than that, he's a piece
He seems like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, okay, he maybe doesn't... No, in the Expendables, the new one, with all the cancelled, the Expendables 4, the cancelled, they need a helicopter pilot.
Oh, jeez. Mike Smith.
So he'd be... He's dead. Mike Smith died, didn't he? Heart attack.
No, Mike Smith.
Mike Smith's dead.
Sarah Green's man.
I'm sure he is.
Oh, Mike.
Mike Smith, hold on. Well, I'm going to look for this because I'm claiming people are dead again and they're not.
Gina Carano, she's been cancelled.
She could be in it.
She could be in it.
Mike Smith,
the guy that played Jesus.
He died in 2014, Mike Smith.
Oh, Mike Smith.
Mike Smith
I thought he was still alive. He's alive in my memory. I like Sarah Green.
They crashed their helicopter.
They did, yeah.
They crashed the helicopter. So, Mike Smith, we can
Jim Caviezel, him from the Jesus.
He's cancelled.
He could be in it.
He'd be called the Reverend, and he's in it. The priest.
Jesus. They could call him Jesus. Jesus.
Call him Jesus? Oh my God, I would watch this film. Who else has been cancelled? There's so many people.
They're trying to cancel. They're trying to cancel Chris Pratt.
Just because he goes to a questionable church.
He goes to a questionable church and he likes shooting stuff. It's a bit tenuous.
You're going to start just cancelling it.
But
the thing is, it's going to work down what you could be cancelled for.
Because the thing is, if they cancel you, you can cancel
them. Yeah, it just never ends. It never ends.
There's things that people
you're
do
allowed
that
to
are
have
appalling.
Different opinions.
You can have a different.
And here's the thing, right? Say you have an appalling opinion, like you're maybe a bit racist, right? Mm-hmm. That's your right.
Like if you thought Denzel wasn't the right man for the...
Oh, shut the fuck up. But you have the right to be a dick. You have the right to be wrong. You have the right to be that racist. And hopefully through education and society moving forward, you'd be taken away from those views.
Yeah, people can be...
But you have the right to...
Yeah, you can have terrible views.
You can have terrible views. That's
there was
the
a
thing.
good joke on Twitter about the new Doctor Who. A laddie who I think lived in Fife for a
Scottish
guy.
I don't care if he's born in Rwanda.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's living in London. He's Scottish now. He can't get out of it.
No, he can't. That's another. We've had 3 Scottish doctors now.
Scottish doctor. He's a Scottish doctor. That's the end of it.
So there's a thing about the Metropolitan Police saying, "Is this your TARDIS, sir?" The Metropolitan Police are appalling.
Yeah, they're not.
Thing I watched last night. I watched 2 things. A thing called Knuckle.
Okay.
And it's about the Irish travellers. A bear box.
Oh, God,
it's on Netflix.
That's brutal.
Watch it. It's superb. It's superb. But another thing, it's about a fertility doctor in America.
Wait, is Knuckle an old one?
Yeah,
I think I've seen it.
I've seen it before, but watch it. Watch it again.
A famous one about
There's a guy called Big.
Because the guy went to live with him for years.
Filmed loads of it. Big Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Big fat guys. If you like to see really fat guys just punching each other in the guts,
I don't think Irish boxing is about how hard you can hit. It's about just being able to stand having your brain turn to mush.
2 of them fought for 2 hours.
Unbelievable.
A 2-hour fight.
How can
bare
that
knuckle
happen?
2-hour fight. 2 hours.
It's crazy.
Bare knuckles. And if you fall down, it's not on the ring. It's on Chucky's.
Yeah.
It's a car park.
It's a car park.
But they keep it's feuds, which have been on for 20 years. So they're fighting over the feud. And the idea is fair play fight, and then you shake hands, end of the feud. No, each fight they have sets off a fresh feud.
Oh.
But they're all cousins. Watch it. Another one's about a fertility doctor in America. Dr. Klein.
Okay.
He was just using his own spunk.
Ah, yes.
So
I'm aware of this one.
Rather, he said, his donors, we'll only use a donor for 3
Hundreds
times.
of kids.
Well, 96
Oh
at the
my
point of that thing. So wait, you just go into the room, knock one off, put it into the turkey baster and squirt it in. Why? Because it still had to be warm. So they were getting stuff for the sperm donor, and the woman was putting it in her cleavage to keep it at body temperature and then coming with the jizz. But they stopped all that. So he's such a terrible guy and denying it all, and they couldn't really get him because it's not a crime.
Well, yeah,
it's not a rape.
You need a precedent for that.
So they got him. They got him because he lied. It was a technicality.
Fraud or something. Yeah,
fraud. They got him on. But it's this DNA stuff. So the poor lassie, every time she's put her DNA in, and the thing just goes ching, and there's another member. But the problem is they're all in the local area. 94 children.
Oh my God!
So they could be having sex with each other unbeknownst. And another thing, but he because he has health issues.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have been allowed to have been a sperm donor. So all this family he's created, they've all got these complex
genetic
health
issues. What a
absolute
turd.
But since this programme, 44 other doctors have been discovered through this
DNA. Why
DNA.
are they doing it? What's in their head to make them do that?
Well, this guy was religious. He was kind of, I think it was a racism thing. Quiver to my bow. And it's a religious, fundamentalist religious thing. White supremacist.
Oh my God!
A man's
horrible.
duty is to have as many white children as he can. But he went about packing heat. He had a gun on him all the time. So when he went to meet this lassie to discuss the issue, she saw he was an intimidator. Piece of shit.
Oh, that's awful.
Watch it. It's nuts.
White supremacy. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, they were suggesting
Days
that.
are over, man.
Yeah,
Days
but
are over.
I used to work with a woman. I hope she's dead now. But when lassies had kids, she would say to them, "It's your duty to have more white children because they're outnumbering us." Yeah, she'd say to people.
You see, the thing is, I know this exists, right?
Yeah.
I know these things and people have these opinions and that, but I've only ever seen it on TV. I've heard it
a few times.
I've never heard it.
Casual racism was a far
Casual
bigger,
racism,
a lot more.
Here.
Not so much now.
No. But this fucking crazy white supremacist shit, I've only ever seen on TV. I've never experienced that.
What happens is all these, in America they've got a problem where there's organisations like fundamentalist Christian organisations, and they're insidious, they work.
Yeah.
Their mission is to get into positions of power. What's going on in the Supreme Court just now, that has been carefully planned.
Awful.
There's people whose whole careers about doing shit like that.
Oh man, it's
people don't know it. That's the thing. People don't get involved in politics. They don't vote. It's nothing to do with me. You're allowing insidious plots to work its little thing against your interests. That's a terrifying thing.
It's scary.
Because horrible people, as the world goes on, I'm a big believer, they're reducing in number.
It does seem to be
the
that
world's
way.
moving.
I think the internet's done it.
Yeah.
They've opened things. Marketplace ideas.
Young people.
Bad ideas fail.
Young people, whatever you think, are liberal about things, and they don't care about people's sexuality. They don't care about race. It's getting less and less. But the small number of assholes, they're dug in and they're plotting and planning.
If someone called you woke, would you see it as an insult or
I don't like that word very much.
Well, I think the word turns into something else.
Yeah.
But young people who are woke, inverted commas, they're actually just having common sense of getting on with people and getting on. Yeah. But there's extremes in anything. So if there's extreme wokeness, people get it wrong. And that's the examples they bring up.
They're assholes. Exactly.
That's it, yeah.
They're the
and you shouldn't focus on that.
No.
If young people are being more accepting of others, holy shit, that's a good thing.
Yeah, great.
That's a good thing. Although the only thing that bugs me slightly is that when young people look at people like us and say, yeah, but you were just running around being racist, killing people a few years ago, they don't seem to understand that, no, we're not racist.
No.
No. No.
Oh, it's weird. I think the direction of travel's to the positive.
I'm hoping so. I'm definitely hoping so. I think
the only thing is,
as
people get older, they get more right wing. So young people now could be very liberal, but then give it 30 years.
Yeah, and I've been wondering with myself, am I getting more right wing or stuff like that, or less liberal or anything? And I think I'm okay in the sense that I'm not. I haven't noticed it.
I think as you get older, you will be set in your ways.
I hope if I'm set in my ways that it's open to other people and change.
Because I think what you'll find will happen is people who are extremely, I don't know if this is necessarily true, but I think there's a lot of people that consider themselves liberal.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got to a stage in their life, and that's their liberal. And then the world becomes more
why I'm
liberal.
hoping that I don't do it? Because when you get into your early 30s is when you stop listening to new music. I refuse to listen to old music. I only listen to new music.
Never listened to music.
I force myself to listen to new music.
You force yourself to do a lot of stuff.
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people our age go, what's with this pronoun nonsense?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. Here's why. We call ourselves Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah, it's not a big...
I don't call myself Mr., so I don't use a pronoun.
No.
But we use them to identify each other.
It's very small potatoes.
So who cares?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
It's just something's changed. Something's evolved.
Somebody wants, they can see about it. As long as they're not an arsehole, I just take people as
I don't care about it.
If they're an arsehole, just call them a cunt.
That's exactly
regardless of anything about
That's exactly right. So I think with things that change, I don't go, that's a piece of nonsense. In my day, no, I don't say that. I hope things change.
You can't. Yeah, that's a bad
There's some things that bother me.
Like some
if
boomers love the 50s.
People spell lose with 2 O's. That bothers me. That's not evolution. That's a mistake.
There's a moose loose about this house. Just like saying that.
But anyway, the point is, I do embrace change. I hope things change.
So we've learned from this episode.
Okay, wait. Ezra,
fame's terrible.
Hold on.
Fame's terrible.
I've lost it. Fame's terrible. PewDiePie is good with his money.
Good with his money.
Crypto's terrible.
Lazy women.
Lazy women make money off each other in the court.
Lazy women are propping up a judicial system in this country.
They are.
Crypto's not for investing, and that's okay. I think we've learned.
We've covered a lot.
Let's call ourselves teachers now.
Let's woke teachers.
Wise, sage, wise.
And I'd woked it because I don't mind using any pronouns or anyone using pronouns.
Call yourself
I don't mind.
You want. As long as you wear socks. I don't like young people that don't wear the socks.
What about this? That sock?
Fuck's
odd
sake.
socks, man. Always odd.
You're like an action man that I've found in a bin. It's been chewed by a dog.
I do look like that. So anyway, before we go, what do you think of the soft boxes?
The soft boxes, I'll tell you that it's easier on the eye.
It's easier on the eye.
It's hopefully making us easier on the eye.
We're easier on the eye. We'll be a lot more evenly balanced, a bit more professional looking. It tones everything down, a little bit darker.
You'll be less jaundiced.
I'll be less jaundiced, and although there's a bit more yellow today, and I've got the bell end purple colour that you wanted.
Love it.
Now, when we done it the other day, the colour changing was happening all the time, and my auto levels for white balance was freaking out. So we were going from like pink to green ourselves all the way through the episode. Very subtly,
mesmeric.
But we're doing it.
I've been mesmeric.
It was very subtly.
It's
but
like a cuttlefish.
Yes.
Come in, they undulate.
They undulate when they're sleeping. So this is all the time. Now you look behind you. Do you notice all the words on the little board?
Oh yeah.
They're all white. Now it didn't have any white letters, so I painted them all, so it's easier for people to read. Because I noticed the red is almost impossible to read.
You're a man for detail.
So it's all easier to read, and it does say merch available on folkinscotland.com. Or you could or you could see us at Derek Findas or at Goron Vor. New podcasts every Tuesday and Thursday.
Friday.
Fucking hell.
Jesus, it's literally written there.
It's written and I didn't get it. Tuesday and Friday.
God, look at this.
That's worn through. You've worn through your leg. We're rubbing it. I told you rub it there.
What have I done to my trousers?
You've rubbed it. That is unbelievable. You're going to have to put that up on Twitter. You're going to look.
See that?
Rubbing your leg. You're going to see your genitals there. Nobody wants to see that. What's left of them. You've actually rubbed through your knee.
That's not my genitals, are they here?
That's a wide angle.
Oh well.
But that is ridiculous.
That is through that.
And I keep saying to you, you're rubbing your leg. You're going, I'm not. You've worn through your trousers.
Take a picture of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been
I'm taking a picture of
condensed show.
I'm putting in a fucking complaint.
Until next time, pay attention.
No, I'm taking a picture of my...
Yeah, but it's not going up right now. This goes up tonight.
Oh, I do. No, I'm taking this
Unbelievable. Your lack of care towards our audience is ridiculous.
No, the thing is, I care too much. That's my problem.
Mark said he's just going to keep supporting the show to annoy you.
Oh, fuck Mark, you fucking shitbot. You're contributing to this hole in my trousers, you bastard.
It's like a coup on a fence. Until next time.
I'll have to turn them inside. Okay.
Ta-da,
ta-da, ta-da.